AI is now worth over $100 billion, but what if I told you most of it is built on hype? Just like the dot-com crash, this could be the next big bubble. Right now, investors are pouring billions into AI startups, companies with no profits, sometimes no real product, but they're still getting insane valuations. Companies like OpenAI, Nvidia, and Microsoft are leading the AI revolution. Stock prices are exploding. Everyone wants a piece of the AI future. Startups are raising millions just by adding AI to their name. But here's the problem: most of these companies aren't making real money. They burn cash, rely on hype, and hope future profits will justify today's valuation. This isn't new. In the early 2000s, during the dot-com bubble, investors did the exact same thing. They invested in internet companies with no profits, just hype. And then everything crashed. What if AI is following the same path? Yes. AI is powerful, but the business side, still uncertain. Many AI tools are expensive to run and hard to monetize. Here are the warning signs of a bubble. Massive hype, overvaluation, no. Clear profits sound familiar. This doesn't mean AI will disappear. Just like the internet survived, AI will too. But most companies, they won't. The question is, are you watching the future or the next big crash? Let's find out. Because the signs are already there. You just have to know where to look. Let's talk about money, real money. OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT, reportedly lost over $5 billion in 2024 on $3.7 billion in revenue. They spent more than they earned, and they're considered the leader of AI. Think about that. Now look at the smaller players. Hundreds of AI startups, raising millions, burning through cash with no clear plan to survive. Sound familiar? In 1999, Petscom raised $82 million. 9 months later, it was gone. Not because the internet was fake, but because the business model was broken. Here's what nobody is telling you: is incredibly expensive to run. Every time you use ChatGPT, it costs the company money. Every single time. The servers, the electricity, the engineers, the cost is massive. And right now, most AI companies can't charge enough to cover what they spend. So who's paying for all of this? Investors, venture capitalists. Tech companies. Microsoft put in $13 billion. Amazon dropped $4 billion into Anthropic. Google is spending billions on Gemini. They're not doing this out of kindness. They're betting on the future. But what if the future takes longer than expected? Let's talk about the people who already won. Nvidia. Their stock went up over 800% in just 2 years. Why? Because every AI company needs their chips. Nvidia sells the shovels. During a gold rush, the shovel seller always wins, whether gold is found or not. The early investors already cashed out. The executives already paid. The ones left waiting, everyone else. Now here's the part that should scare you. 80% of enterprise AI projects never make it to real use. Companies buy the tools, run the pilots, hold the meetings, and then nothing changes because the technology sounds amazing in a demo but breaks down in the real world. Hospitals, courtrooms, banks, places where one mistake can cost a life or a lawsuit. AI is not ready for all of that. Not yet. But wait, isn't AI everywhere now? Yes, and that's exactly the problem. When every company adds AI to their pitch, the word loses meaning. A chatbot is not a revolution. An autocomplete tool is not the future. Real transformation takes time, much more time than Wall Street is willing to wait. Remember the dot-com crash? The internet didn't die, but thousands of companies did. The ones that survived: Amazon, Google, eBay. They had real products, real users, real value. The rest were just noise. AI will follow the same path. Some companies will build the future. Most will not survive the correction. So what happens when the bubble bursts? Stock prices drop, funding dries up, layoffs begin. The headlines change overnight. From AI will change everything to AI was overhyped. We've seen this movie before. We know how it ends. The question is not if it happens. The question is when, and more importantly, what happens after. Because after every crash comes a rebuild, and the rebuild is where real wealth is created. The people who understood the crash positioned themselves before it happened and stayed calm while others panicked. Those are the people who win. So here's what you should do right now. Stop following the hype. Start asking real questions. Does this AI company make money? Does this tool solve a real problem? Is this valuation based on profit or just a promise? Because in investing, in business, in life, promises don't pay the bills. Results do. The $100 billion AI bubble may not burst tomorrow. It might not burst next year. But history tells us it will. Every bubble does. The only variable is timing. Now you know what most people don't. You've seen the warning signs. You understand the pattern. What you do with that knowledge is up to you. If this made you think differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more content that cuts through the noise. And tell me in the comments, do you think the AI bubble will burst, or are we just getting started? I'll see you in the next one. But before we go further, let's understand something important. What even is a bubble? It's simple. When the price of something goes far beyond its real value, that's a bubble. And when reality catches up, it pops every single time. Let's go back to 1637, tulip mania. In Holland, a single tulip bulb was worth more than a house. A house for a flower. Why? Because everyone believed someone else would pay even more. Until one day, nobody did, and the whole thing collapsed overnight. 1929. The stock market crash. 2000. The dot-com bubble. 2008. The housing crisis. Every decade, a new bubble, a new story, a new set of victims. And every time, people said the same thing. This time is different. It never is. Now let's talk about AI valuations. OpenAI is valued at over $80 billion. Anthropic over $18 billion. Perplexity $9 billion. These are not small numbers. These are moon-sized bets on technology. That is still figuring itself out. And here's what makes it worse. These valuations aren't based on profit. They're based on potential. Potential is not a business model. Potential doesn't pay employees. Potential doesn't keep the servers running. At some point, potential has to become performance. And for most AI companies, that moment hasn't come. Let's talk about the AI arms race. Google, Microsoft, Meta, Amazon, all spending billions, all terrified of being left behind. This is called FOMO investing, fear of missing out. And FOMO is one of the most dangerous forces in finance. It makes smart people do stupid things fast. Think about it this way. If your neighbor buys a lottery ticket and wins, does that mean you should spend your savings on lottery tickets? Of course not, but that's exactly what's happening in AI right now. Everyone is buying tickets because they're afraid of being the only one who didn't. Now let's talk about something called the Gartner hype cycle. Every new technology follows a pattern. First, the trigger. Something new is invented. Then, the peak of inflated expectations. Everyone goes crazy. Prices explode. Headlines go wild. Then, the trough of disillusionment. Reality hits. Companies fail. Investors panic. Then, slow. Steady recovery. Real products emerge. Real value is created. Right now with AI, we are sitting at the very top of that peak, and the trough is coming. Let's talk about jobs first. Second, everyone is scared AI will take their job, and companies are using that fear to sell more AI products. But here's the data. MIT economists found AI will automate tasks in less than 5% of jobs over the next decade. 5%, not 50, not 80. 5. The fear is real, but the timeline completely exaggerated. And what about the AI tools you use every day? ChatGPT, Gemini, Copilot, they're impressive, right? But ask them something specific, something that requires real judgment. Watch them hallucinate. Watch them confidently give wrong answers. In medicine, that's dangerous. In law, that's a lawsuit. In finance, that's a disaster. Impressive is not the same as reliable, and reliable is what the world actually needs. Here's the uncomfortable truth. The people building AI know it's not ready. The researchers know. The engineers know. Even some of the CEOs know. But the investors don't want to hear that. So everyone keeps smiling. Everyone keeps announcing. Everyone keeps raising money until the music stops. And when the music stops, here's what happens. The weakest companies die first. Funding rounds dry up. Valuations get cut in half, then cut again. Layoffs spread across the industry. The headlines flip from excitement to panic. And retail investors, the everyday people who bought in at the peak, are left holding the losses, while the insiders already left. But here's what I want you to remember. This is not the end of AI. This is the end of the AI fantasy. The real AI story hasn't even started yet. After the crash, the serious builders will remain. The ones solving real problems. The ones with real revenue. The ones who never needed the hype because they had the substance. Those companies will be the Amazons and Googles of this generation. So here is your action plan. Number 1, do not invest in AI hype. Invest in AI fundamentals, real revenue, real products, real users. Number 2, do not panic when the correction comes. Corrections are not the end, they are the reset. Number 3, keep learning. Understand the technology, not the headlines, the actual technology, because knowledge is the only asset that can't crash. The $100 billion AI bubble is one of the most fascinating stories of our time. It has heroes and villains, winners and losers, visionaries and con artists. Sometimes the same person. History is watching, and so are you. That already puts you ahead. If this video opened your eyes, share it with someone still sleeping. Subscribe for more truth behind the trends. And drop a comment, are you bullish on AI or do you see the bubble? Let's talk.